Welcome to Rob on Holiday. Today we're in the Spanish city of Alicante, which is in the Valencia community. Now we're only here for one day, but we want to see how much we can pack in. So let's go back to me on the street to start the video proper. Actually, we're going back to the evening before our day exploring Alicante, because our trip to the Valencia region was actually for 2 days. On the first day we went on a trip to Elche, which you can see in our Elche vlog next week. But we arrived back in Alicante in time for dinner. For dinner, we'd made a reservation at Cabana Bar, a steakhouse in the city centre. And I have to say, this is one of the best steaks I've ever had. We all ordered the Uruguayan fillet steak, which came with either fries, baked potato or salad and cost €30. Expensive, but worth it. The apple pie I had for dessert was also delicious. After dinner, we took a walk along Carrer dels Bolets, a whimsical street that has been decorated with giant colourful mushrooms. From there we made our way through Plaza Gabriel Miró to the Esplanada de España, a beautiful tree-lined promenade that runs parallel to the Mediterranean Sea along Alicante's coastline. And now that we've covered our evening in Alicante, over to Rob the following morning to kick off our full day exploring the city. One of the advantages of not being a big drinker and not staying out all hours when we go on these city breaks is we get up early and we pretty much get the city to ourselves. I mean, it's before 9 o'clock in the morning here on a Sunday in Alicante, and our first stop is the Calle San Rafael. As you can see, there's a beautiful street, steps leading up, flower displays and pots on either side of the balcony, and you look up there, you'll see one of the walls of the Castle Santa Barbara that we're heading to after. So come on, let's have a look at this. The Calle San Rafael is one of several streets that make up Alicante's Barrio Santa Cruz. Nestled at the foot of Mount Bernacantil, this corner of Alicante's Old Town features cobbled streets and whitewashed buildings, many of which are beautifully decorated with flowers. Highlights include Calle San Rafael with its wrought iron balconies adorned with flower pots, La Casita de las Macetas Azul, a house which is intricately decorated with bright blue flower pots, and the Calle San Antonio, which leads out onto a beautiful viewpoint of the city below. We used the rest of our time before the castle opened to explore the streets of Alicante's Old Town, while most of the city was still asleep. I have to say, I was not expecting Alicante to have an old town like this, but I was pleasantly surprised by the streets lined with cafes and restaurants that felt a whole world away from the hustle bustle of the modern city centre it's famous for. This is one of two basilica-cathedrals in Alicante. It's the Cathedral San Nicolas. Now, it's supposed to be open early, so it's good use of our time, just around 9 o'clock. Let's see what it's like inside. Unfortunately, we hadn't read the fine print carefully enough before our trip. It turns out that the cathedral is only open for worship on a Sunday, so we didn't get to go inside. So we made our way towards the beach via Plaza de Ayuntamiento, which is one of the best squares in the city. We're on Playa del Postiguet Beach, which is one of the main beaches here in Alicante. It's a lovely day. Looking out, there are plenty of people on the beach. Obviously, they're all in coats and things like that because we're not really in the main holiday season, but it's lovely nevertheless. Really nice temperature. I can imagine this is going to get really busy in the summer, but it's like a lot of places like Valencia and Barcelona that it's a very big city feel, but they've got a great beach as well. It must be great to live in these places. Also, we just turned round up here. That's where we're going now. Santa Barbara Castle. Should be an amazing view from up there, but it's great looking at the castle from below here, the sandstone walls. And it's a unique way to get to the castle. Normally, we'd go somewhere like that in a taxi and then walk down. But there's a different way of getting to this castle, which I'll now show you. Okay, for all of those of you who are looking at the video thinking, wow, that castle's really high on the hill, how am I going to get up there? Well, like I say, somewhere like that, like in Malaga, for example, we would get a taxi. Here in Alicante, they've got a novel solution. They've actually got a lift up to the Castle Santa Barbara. So when this door opens at 10 o'clock, you walk into the hillside or mountainside there, and there's a lift on the way up, and I believe it's €2 per person in the lift, but then the castle itself is free. So let's go and check it out, but wait till the doors open, eh? The lift opens at the same time as the castle at 10 AM. Once the gates open, you buy your ticket and head down the 205-metre long tunnel through the mountain to the lifts. They certainly give you enough time to build your anticipation. The lifts themselves take you right to the lower levels of the castle, saving you a significant walk uphill. Trust me, it's €2.70 well spent. After a quick coffee break at a stall near the lifts, we headed to the right to make our way up to the upper levels of the castle. Well, you know it's a good view from the castle. You can see the seagull there. I think it's just having a rest between one of its flicks between the towers. But there's lots to explore. This is just literally the first viewpoint we've come to. See the bull ring and the Alicante Stadium down there, the hills and the developments in the background. But we're going to walk around the other sides of the castle. I'm sure you'll get views out to see that way. It's fantastic considering it's free, apart from the lift price, obviously. Santa Barbara Castle has Arab origins and dates back to the 9th century, when the Moors ruled the Iberian Peninsula. Its spectacular placement atop the 166-metre tall Mount Bernacantil was not only a strategic defensive location back in the day, but it now allows the castle to serve as a stunning viewpoint over the city of Alicante below. So this is the very top of the castle, and predictably there are stupendous views in every direction inland and all that. There's you can see the castle wall that you can walk all the way down back into Alicante. Obviously you see the sea in two directions. You're looking down on the lower levels of the castle. What is great about this castle is that there are so many platforms you can walk out on, get a great view, and, you know, you're surrounded by the stonework. And so when you get to the very top, you can see on every side. It's free, this place. That's unbelievable. Obviously it's the #1 attraction in Alicante for good reason. So that was the Santa Barbara Castle here in Alicante, a real must visit if you're here. What I loved about it is there's lots of places to walk around. There's like different levels of platform that give you a view in every direction. I mean, we spent less than an hour here, including a short cafe stop, and I think that's enough. You just lovely walking around. There's some shaded spots like this, a lot of it in the sun. Very pleasant day. And we've actually got something else to look forward to, because I'm going to walk down and it looks like there's a huge wall to walk down that takes you back into the Alicante, so we'll be filming that. One final thing to say, I said at the start of the video it's only €2 the lift. It's actually €2.70, but that's all you'll pay. There's no fee to get into the castle itself, which it's an absolute no-brainer to come and visit here. To get down to the walkway back to the city, we headed back down to the lower areas of the castle near the lift. From there we headed through the gateway at the opposite end of the area to the lift, down the path and past the Museum of the City of Alicante to the castle's main entrance, where buses and taxis drop off visitors. Here we go, we've just exited the main castle grounds through the little dropping off car park area, and that's the route we're going to take, which will hopefully take us down to the wall all the way into Alicante. For the first half of the route, you're walking on a gravel path past the castle's outer walls. This path is slightly uneven in places, but we were fine walking it in trainers. Here we are, a little bit of up and down through the trees and around a scrabbly path, not something too bad, and now we're on the nice smooth wall, which will take us all the way down. This elevated walkway offers amazing views in all directions. Behind you, you get a fantastic view of the castle atop the hill. To your right, you can see the modern areas of Alicante, and to your left, the old town beachfront and the Mediterranean Sea. Foiled again. This blue barrier across here, and you see the yellow barrier across the wooden bridge suggests that you can't go this way. Fortunately, there's a way just underneath here that joins the other main path that comes up to the castle. Just while we're here, I wouldn't try and walk up this way. The depth, the pitch of the steps is absolutely enormous. Coming down them is really difficult, never mind going up them. Although not part of our original plan, the path that runs along the edge of the hill back towards the town offers yet more amazing views back towards the castle. So while the route was a little longer than anticipated this way, we enjoyed our walk back down from the castle. The path led out to the Barrio Santa Cruz, which was now a lot busier than when we'd visited a few hours earlier. After all that exploring, it was time for lunch. We booked a table at an Italian restaurant near our hotel called Che Ragazzi. And yet again we'd hit the jackpot with our choice. The food here was exceptional. We had pizza and tiramisu for dessert, which was assembled live at our table. If you're looking for an Italian restaurant in Alicante, Che Ragazzi is a great choice. Stomachs full, we headed back into the old town for more exploring before our late night flight back home. Our next stop was the second cathedral in Alicante, the Basilica de Santa Maria. This time we had more luck getting inside. So this is the second religious building on our tour. It's the Basilica de Santa Maria. It's on from 1 o'clock or 1:30 on Sunday, so we can now go in. Let's go and check it out. While by no means the most spectacular church or cathedral we visited, the altar area was beautifully adorned with gold and a series of detailed paintings, making it worth the €6 entry price. Our final stop of the day exploring Alicante was the city port. There are a few bars scattered across the port area, but the main attraction for us was the view offered back towards the city. This is the marina area of Alicante, and there's a lot of development around here. There's a casino, several million euros worth of boats there, and you can walk further around there. I'm assuming there's bars and restaurants out there. And of course you get an epic view back across just a bit of the water there to the Santa Barbara Castle on the hill there and the promenade. And on a day like this, it's a fantastic view and a lovely walk. After exploring the port, we took one last walk along the Esplanade de España, which was a hub of activity on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to do a quick roundup of our trip to Alicante now. We really enjoyed it. It's an absolutely fabulous location by the Mediterranean here. Great promenade under the palm tree. It's really nice walking under that. I'll tell you what, we've eaten as well here as we've eaten anywhere. Some fabulous restaurants here. What about the main attractions? Well, of course, the main one is the Santa Barbara Castle. Everywhere you go in Alicante, you can see it looking down. It's in an incredible, fantastic defensive position on the hill. And I say it's a free attraction apart from if you use the elevators to get up. Really worth seeing. Spectacular views in all directions. The other thing I really enjoyed was the old Barrio Santa Cruz area, which got lots of lovely streets lined with white houses and flower pots and things like that. If you're going to go there, go early in the morning. It's really good because there's hardly anybody there, but if you're really lucky, nobody there. You get a real sense of serenity and it's really nice. There's also a couple of cathedrals to see here. We didn't get in one because there was a mass on. We did get in the Basilica de Santa Maria, which was, to be honest, quite a basic church, but again, a very nice gold altar and certainly worth visiting for the €6 it'll cost you. So Alicante, a really great place to spend a couple of days. We hope you enjoyed our guide to Alicante. If you did, please put a thumbs up on the video, consider subscribing, it really helps our channel. If you've got any questions at all, please put them in the comments below. Be more than happy to get back to you and answer them. In the meantime, thanks for watching Rob on Holiday, and we'll see you next time.